שלום לכם ושבוע טוב. שלום לך גידי קורן.
בוקר טוב.
ט"ו בשבט הגיע.
כן, אני הבטחתי לך פעם אחרונה לבוא עם הגיטרה,
נכון.
אז הנה באתי עם הגיטרה, אבל יש לנו גם אירוע וסיפור מאוד יפה סביבו.
זה כיף.
ט"ו בשבט אצלי, אצלך, זה חג של ילדים. השקדי הפורחת, זה לא חג
הכתר על הראש,
בדיוק.
הסלסלה.
המבוגר ככה הוא לא בעניין ממש. נוטעים עצים כל השנה, אם את רוצה משהו בבית, אז את נוטעת, לא נוטעת. אבל פה קרה משהו מיוחד. הנציגה של קרן קיימת לישראל, בחורה בשם הדר אפשטיין, היא באה וסיפרה סיפור שהשנה היא שנת שמיטה, לא נוטעים. אז בבתי הספר היהודיים והישראלים בקנדה אי אפשר לעשות את הנטיות, כי זה רבים מהם קצת דתיים והם לא יכולים לנטוע בשנת שמיטה.
אוקיי.
אז היא אמרה, אולי תכתוב שיר לט"ו בשבט. אמרתי, שיר לט"ו בשבט. אבל ניקח את השיר, נקליט אותו, נשלח אותו לארץ, יעשו לו ריקוד, וכל הילדים בקנדה היהודיים, שבבתי ספר יהודיים ירקדו את זה. נשמע לי רעיון נחמד.
איזו שאלה.
אז זהו, אמרתי, נעשה שיר אבל גם למבוגרים, לא שיר ילדים שט"ו בשבט הגיע.
זה מה שאנחנו לא זוכרים,
אז זהו,
כן?
אני כתבתי שיר בטיסה, והקלטתי, יש לי אולפן בבית, הקלטתי אותו, ולך הבאתי את הגיטרה. ומה שקרה, השיר נשלח לקוריאוגרף מאוד מפורסם בישראל לריקודים בשם אלעד שטמר. אלעד עשה ריקוד מדהים, ושלח וידאו כמו שעושים הקוריאוגרפים. הוידאו הלך לכל בית ספר יהודי בקנדה, והנה ההפתעה, הם מתחילים לשלוח וידאוים, איך הם עושים את זה.
איזה יופי.
ואתם תראו את זה בתוכנית.
תכף תראו את הקליפים, כן.
וחשבתי, אני אשמיע לכם את השיר, מה יש? ביצוע בכורה עולמי.
מה זה תודה רבה, הכבוד הוא לנו.
זהו, וכמובן שהביצוע הציבורי יהיה בערב ט"ו בשבט, שיתקיים ב-12 לפברואר, זה יום חמישי, זה בדיוק היום שט"ו בשבט, זה דרך אגב ממש סמוך לוולנטיין, אז אמרנו נעשה אהבה לעצים ואהבה לאנשים, ואז התחלתי לאסוף שירים, והתברר שהשירים הכי יפים בארץ זה עם עצים, חורשת האקליפטוס, גן השקמים, עץ הרימון, וירקדו. היפה הוא, אם אתם לא רוקדים גם לא נורא, כי זה שירים שאתם מכירים, אתם תשאירו אותם, ומי שרוקד ירקוד, אבל רוב הזמן גם נשיר, נספר סיפורים.
והבטיחו לי שגם באותו ערב ילמדו אותנו לרקוד את השיר, לאלו שלא יודעים לרקוד ריקודי...
אפילו אני אלמד את הריקוד.
אז רגע, פברואר 12 ב-7:30 בערב, בטמפל סיינה, שזה ב-210 בווילסון. ואנחנו כמובן נשים את הכתובות, איפה לקנות כרטיסים, זה $25 כרטיס, שממש כלום. ט"ו בשבט.
השיר אומר, אבא נטע ליד הבית, דקל, תמרים, רימון וזית, ואמא מגדלת אצלנו בגינה, גפן, שעורה, חיטה ותאנה. וכך עוברת שנה אחרי שנה, אנחנו גדלים איתם כאן בגינה, בזכות האילנות שלנו תיגאל, אדמתה של ארץ ישראל. ט"ו בי, ט"ו בשבט, טעו בי, אהבת, אילן ופרח, פרי בשלל גוונים, ט"ו בי, ט"ו בשבט, טעו בי אהבת, אהבת שבעת המינים. את רוצה לשמוע?
בוודאי.
אבא נטע ליד הבית, דקל, תמרים, רימון וזית, ואמא מגדלת אצלנו בגינה, גפן, שעורה, חיטה ותאנה, וכך עוברת שנה אחרי שנה, אנחנו גדלים איתם כאן בגינה, בזכות האילנות שלנו תיגאל, אדמתה של ארץ ישראל. ט"ו בי, ט"ו בשבט, טעו בי אהבת, אילן ופרח, פרי בשלל גוונים, ט"ו בי, ט"ו בשבט, טעו בי אהבת, אהבת שבעת המינים, ט"ו בי, ט"ו בשבט, טעו בי אהבת, אילן ופרח, פרי בשלל גוונים, ט"ו בי, ט"ו בשבט, טעו בי אהבת, אהבת שבעת המינים.
זה קאצ'י, אתה יודע?
רציתי לעשות את זה קצת כמו להקת כוורת, לא שיר ט"ו בשבט הגיע, אלא משהו שזה. אז אולי פעם אחת היהדות והישראליות של קנדה תתרום שיר חדש לישראל.
זה שיר מקסים.
אני הולך לשים אותו על תקליט בישראל, תקליט שירי ילדים.
איזה יופי. אז אתה כמובן תשאיר לנו את זה גם בט"ו בשבט.
בט"ו בשבט נשיר, נלמד את השיר, נלמד את הריקוד, ואני מניח שבתוכנית היום נראה גם קצת את הוידאו שכבר קיבלנו.
שעשה שערה בכל הבתי ספר בקנדה.
מרגש נורא לראות אלפי ילדים למדו שיר חדש בעברית, עם המבטא שלהם, אבל זה נראה מאוד נחמד, אני מאוד שמח, ואני מזמין את כולם, ואולי ניתן משמעות חדשה לחג האילנות.
גידי, תודה רבה לך. כל פעם שאתה בא, אתה פשוט מאוד מרגש אותנו מחדש.
תודה גילה, כיף להיות פה.
תודה. כל מי שרוצה בבקשה, תבואו, ערב ישראלי, ערב שירי ארץ ישראל, ערב ריקודים, וגידי עם השיר החדש שלנו של ט"ו בשבט, 12 לפברואר, ב7:30 בערב, $25 כרטיס, ולדבר עם ענבל, אני אגיד לכם את המספר בכל זאת, 647-271-1157, ובואו נעשה ערב של כיף של ט"ו בשבט. תודה רבה. Hi, so we're continuing the show with Howard Rees. Hi, Howard.
Good morning.
So I got to tell you, I mean, how did Howard become to be on the show? I found out from a third party what a wonderful, wonderful event he's hosting.
Thank you.
So let's talk about it. We Are One. It's a jazz project.
Yes, it is.
Tell me about it.
It's a music project, jazz music project. We Are One Jazz Project was founded 6 years ago, and it's a charitable arts foundation. And basically our purpose is to bring a high-level mentorship music program to kids in different priority neighborhoods of the city. And so each year we go around to a different area. And
how do you choose the area? Just
well, you know what, we're partners with the TDSB, the Toronto School Board.
Okay.
And that's their job.
I was going to say, again, they know better.
Well, you know what? When we started out 6 years ago, there were 13 designated priority neighborhoods. Today, there's 31.
Wow.
And so we expect to be in business for a long time, and that's the good news.
Well, that's bad news.
Well,
they grew. No, I mean, I don't know you,
right.
but I mean, wow.
Yes, it's.
You think we would get better, not worse?
It's
wow.
It's different. So the school board chooses the area for us, and I'm happy to go where they designate us.
So tell us what it is, because I mean.
It's an intensive 4-month program that we bring to approximately 300 children each year.
Wow.
And we work with kids in grade 3 to 6. This year, for instance, we're in North Etobicoke, and we have 8 schools and 11 classes.
Oh, so it's not just like one school, it's like a whole area.
That's right.
Oh,
it's
wow.
a whole area.
That's wonderful.
And so we have our weekly rehearsals. We have a high school in North Etobicoke that all the little kids are bused to every Thursday morning.
Wow.
So if you can imagine 300 kids having this
That's
fantastic
exciting.
rehearsal, it's wonderful.
So tell me, do you pick, okay, so they pick the school,
Yeah.
do you pick the kids?
Nope. There's no picking. We take everybody. There's no auditions. There's
So you just teach them?
We teach them
wow.
from square one. And you know what?
It's a hard job.
Well, it's a very rewarding job.
I have kids that play instrument, and I know it's hard. It's not an easy job, so you're really doing a good job.
Thank you, thank you.
So
well,
for 4 months?
The programs are 4 months. We have the weekly rehearsals Thursday morning with the whole group, and in between we send vocal coaches out to each school throughout the week to do little tune-up sessions that you can't do with 300 kids at once.
No.
And the whole thing culminates in a beautiful concert after 4 months, and so we've been using the Toronto Centre for the Arts. I like that room a lot.
And was it downtown?
It is in the Mel Lastman Square at Yonge and Sheppard.
Yonge and Sheppard.
It's a beautiful room. It's one of the most acoustically...
February 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
We put the kids
so
with
beautiful.
a big band. We have a string section. We have special guests that come from New York and Los Angeles.
Wow.
My teacher is the composer of the music that we use, so this is not little kids' music. It's actually very sophisticated 8-part harmony. And so Barry Harris is my teacher, and he comes to perform at the final concert as well. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I have to know, you've been doing it for 6 years.
Yeah.
How did you start?
Well, you know, as I said, Barry Harris is my teacher, and I started with him in 1978. I moved to New York, and I thought I was going to go for 6 months, and I couldn't leave. I stayed for 6 years.
What do you play?
I play piano.
Piano.
And so every year at that time, Barry would put on a huge concert in New York City with all his peers, but all his piano students were in the choir. And then at some point, he brought a children's choir in on it. And so I had all this music. I moved back here 30 years ago, but I had all this music kicking around, and I just kind of found it one day and started playing through it. Wow. And I thought, you know what?
You never lose it once you...
You never lose it. It's beautiful, timeless stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody knows that there's cutbacks in the schools, and you know what? I've seen schools with rooms full of instruments, but the doors are locked because they haven't got any teachers to teach the students.
How sad.
It really is.
How sad.
So I thought, well, you know, this could really be a nice sort of complement to what's happening in the schools. And we're really about empowering the kids and making life changes for them. And we see it, you know.
You are, absolutely. It's a gift of music for children. That's beautiful. And you get them young, from grade 3 to 6. That's still young.
It's a great age to get them in, I
yeah.
think, you know, because they're ready for you. You know, they'll sit and be attentive and you know, they're ready for you.
Wow, and once they learn, you know, it doesn't matter if they leave it, they never forget, they come back. You know, I got to tell you, my children play piano. They play piano, guitar, and all that, but they didn't, at the age of 16, they didn't want to do it anymore. They so I said, fine. They played since they were 5 years old. I said, fine. But, you know, they didn't touch their piano for, you know, their teenage years.
Right.
But now they're going back by themselves. You know, so I'm saying it never goes. It never goes.
It doesn't.
No,
it
never
doesn't.
goes away.
And you know what?
Music. That's beautiful.
That's really true. And to tell you the truth, my purpose with this is I don't expect. See, we've had almost 2,000 kids in 6 years. Wow. I don't expect them to all become musicians. No, but you know what? But the process and the discipline that they get through this is important in their life. You know?
Absolutely.
And it's an approach, and it's people talk about how music.
It's learning another language. I mean, the language of music is a different. It's another language, and I think it helps them, you know, in all their school years later on, and it's a gift that otherwise they wouldn't have.
That's very true.
To learn that is so touching what you're doing. You know, it's beautiful. It's given. I look at it as giving back.
Absolutely, I see it exactly the same way. You know, we had a kid who stopped stuttering after being in our program.
Oh, wow.
We had a kid who took a solo at one of our concerts. If you can imagine 1,000 people in the audience and 300 of his peers on the stage. And we were shocked because afterwards a teacher came over and said, this student had been mute since the beginning of the school term. Wow. Nobody had heard him speak. He got up and the music was...
I mean, that must do something for, for you. Like
it shows you the power and beauty of the music. That's what it does.
Wow, that is so beautiful. So tell me one story of a child, from the beginning of 6 years ago. One amazing story of a child.
Well, those are two, to tell you the truth. I mean, that second one really got me because I didn't particularly notice this one student for over the 4 months. We have 300 kids, right? But after he got up and did his little solo.
You mean nobody heard him practice the solo?
I'm telling you, the teacher...
He wasn't supposed to do a solo?
No, he was... Well, you know what? We invited kids up to take little solos.
Okay, gotcha.
And they hadn't rehearsed this before.
Wow.
And the teacher came over afterwards and said that the teacher hadn't heard him speak all year. And so I thought, wow.
And that is an amazing story. So we're speaking to the Israeli Jewish community that I'm not sure if this is something new to them. We're one jazz project. I'm not sure if it's, something new I mean, it was something new to me. I'm not sure if anybody in our community knows about it, any of the viewer. I know there's a lot of musicians in our community.
That's
that
for sure.
I can tell you. My question is, what do you want to tell them? Talk to the community. How can they get involved? I mean, what can they do to be a part of it?
Well, you know what? I'd love to see everybody in Toronto come to this concert because it does something to people. People walk out and they're not the same just to see these little kids up on the stage. And so, well, in a practical sense, we have a crew of about 25 volunteers. That's our need for about that many, and we're always looking for people who might bring a skill set. Maybe they have some vocal music training. Maybe they're interested in just helping out at the day of the concert, for instance. We have a volunteer coordinator and would love to speak to anybody who's interested.
Calling all musicians.
Calling all musicians. Or you get a free ticket to the concert, too.
Come and help. That's beautiful.
So, yeah, it's, sometimes people see the flyers and so on, and they think, well, this is a wonderful children's choir. The truth is, it is all that, but the children's choir is accompanied by a big band, a professional big band, a string section, an adult choir, and special guests that come from the United States to take part, including the composer of the music, Barry Harris. And
so it's not like you're going to a concert where your children are performing.
It's a little more than that.
Yeah.
And we purposely do that because, it does something to the kids. We want to make them feel a little special.
Sure.
And this is over and above their normal school activity.
Okay.
So we are very fortunate to have the help of some beautiful sponsors who believe in what we're doing and think the same way around helping kids. And we have help from the TD Bank. We have help from TELUS.
Nice.
We're part of the Black History Month event, being that our event falls in February. And we have a beautiful anonymous family that's been with us since day one.
Beautiful.
And
we are here going to sponsor them as well because we think you're doing a wonderful thing.
Exactly, and we thank you for that. Yeah. So February 11th, 7 o'clock, Toronto Center for the Arts. There's a few tickets left from what I understand.
Oh.
And we're hoping to have a lineup around the place this year.
You're doing a great job. We are one jazz project. I think it's a worthy cause. I think if you just want to go out on a wonderful, emotional, spirit, whatever you want to call it, see those kids, give them everything you've got. I think it's beautiful. And if you want to volunteer and help the concert, future concert. It's too late for this one probably, but for the next one, just get involved and be a part.
Absolutely.
Howard, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I think you're doing a wonderful, wonderful job.
Thanks so much.
Continue. I hope that the number of schools in need will get smaller.
That's the goal.
But I think that continue doing it to all the schools. I would love to see you coming to our school, even if we're not in need. I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just continue, and please come back again and tell us how the jazz concert was. And
I'd love to.
If anything we can help you in the future, please let us know.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to say, guys, thank you very much for staying with us, and I will see you next week. Thank you.